Since January 2024, the median sales price on New Hampshire homes has risen from $445,000 at the start of the year to a staggering $500,000 as of the end of March. That's a crazy $55,000 raise in just 3 months. And during that time, interest rates has risen to 7.42% as of today, which is April 29th. As opposed to what it was at the beginning of the year at about 6.4%, which is crazy. So you're probably asking yourself, what? I thought the real estate market was supposed to ease up this year. I thought there was going to be lowering in interest rates and more inventory available on the market. Well, clearly things have not gone as planned, because at the end of last year, the feds were claiming that interest rates were going to drop this year. Some were even saying into the 4s. But that has not gone to plan at all, because all interest rates have done this year is rise. And that is just because inflation is not where the feds want it, so interest rates have not dropped. So what is happening in the market to cause higher prices despite interest rates not going down and they're actually rising? So what was being predicted at the end of 2023 was if interest rates do come down noticeably, that there's going to be a huge tick of demand, because it's going to bring more buyers, especially the ones that were on the edge waiting for interest rates to drop, to come into the market, and couple that with sellers. Because a lot of these sellers, it's not necessarily that they want to sell, but it's more that they're just locked in handcuffs right now because they got such a low interest rate when they bought, especially during like 2020-22 area, that they don't want to sell because they don't want to give up that interest rate. So what they were predicting was if the interest rates drop, that'll open up more sellers to open the idea of upgrading to a new house, because it's going to be more affordable if the interest rates drop. And if this happened, chances are you would have seen an explosion in home prices because of how many buyers would have been entering the market, and there probably would have been bidding wars on every single house because there would have been low inventory. But somehow this explosion in prices still seemed to happen despite not seeing interest rates drop at all. And from what I can tell on why this happened is because there was a lot of people, especially going into last winter, saying, hey, we're going to kind of take a break on looking at houses because, again, interest rates were kind of high in like October, November. And they were like, we're just going to wait for rates to come down. And then once spring comes, there'll be more inventory on the market. And essentially, I think those people have just kind of given in. They have realized, hey, it is what it is. They were waiting on the sidelines. And ever since January, it's just went up. Interest rates went up and prices went up. So they're like, what am I supposed to do? Might as well go buy now because it looks like the trajectory is just still rising. So they've just kind of accepted it as what it is, and that is why we're seeing this explosion in prices once again. So again, this is creating a bunch more demand, and we are seeing an uptick in new listings from about 724 new listings in January to about 964 in March. But due to the demand from the buyers, this is again creating those bidding wars and multiple offer situations like we were seeing a ton during the pandemic, where people were just throwing out crazy numbers to get a house under contract, and that is kind of coming back into play, which again is of course raising the median sales price, and that is why we've seen an uptick of $55,000 in the median sales price in just 3 months. Quick interruption, if you're liking this video so far, if you could drop a like and hit that subscribe button, it would go so far. Thank you. And with these stats that I just stated, you can clearly see that New Hampshire is still in a strict seller's market, because right now the average days on market is only 8 days, and there's only 1.3 months of inventory in New Hampshire. What months inventory means, if you don't know, is essentially if 0 new listings came on the market today, it would take 1.3 months roughly to sell out every inventory, and there'd be nothing for sale on the market. That clearly states that it's the seller's market. Once it moves to a buyer's market, where buyers have more flexibility on offers and actually getting a little bit more leverage on their offers, that comes about when the inventory is at about 5 to 7 months. That is a huge difference, and we are very far away from a buyer's market right now. So if you're looking to buy a house in New Hampshire this year, you're going to want to be on your toes. Be prepared and be ready to move on a house that feels right. Because I've been showing a lot of houses in the last couple weeks, and everything is basically within 1 weekend getting under contract. They list it on like a Wednesday, they have an open house or showings throughout the weekend, and then they want highest and best by Monday, and they're under contract because, again, there's just so much demand in the market right now. So you really have to be prepared, you have to be ready to move, and you have to be a little bit negotiable on the things you want to find in a house if you actually want to get a house for yourself this year. And also, I want to add into this just a little bit is make sure you're finding an agent that you feel comfortable with and that you trust. Because this is a super competitive market, so you want someone who knows what they're doing, who's been in it a little bit, and actually knows how to win an offer in this market, because again, it's tough. You're going to be going through probably some rejected offers just because everything's getting multiple offers, and you're probably going to have some highs and some lows during it. So you want to actually do some research on an agent before you pick an agent. So again, you feel comfortable, you know you can communicate with them well, and you know they actually know the market. So what is needed to fix this housing issue in New Hampshire? And that is a great question. I'm going to put in my input here. It's probably not what you want to hear, but it's kind of what needs to happen for this stuff to get back to a normal level. And that is having interest rates probably stay steady at where they are. Because if they drop, especially if they drop substantially, that's just going to bring another wave of buyers to fight for this inventory that we're short on. So either home sellers need to start selling their homes, or builders really need to start building some new inventory. And this would, of course, build more inventory into the market so we can get away from that 1.3 months of inventory, grow that so that not every house is having multiple offers, and then that would lead to prices kind of flattening out and it becoming a more stable market. And now for the good news that I'm going to leave you with before I leave you for this video, and that is that we are just getting into May. So that means we're coming up on the summer market. And usually when the summer market hits, from the beginning in the winter months to summer, inventory and new listings almost double. So we're going to be seeing a lot more inventory hit the market. They will probably be going fast, but at least there's some options out there for you to look at. So come on, summer market, because I'm ready for it. And if you're someone that's looking to purchase in this summer market, reach out to me today and we'll discuss kind of your home buying plan and we'll get you a house this summer. So if this video helped you out, hit that like and subscribe button and I'll catch you guys next week.